Our world is full of tiny workers that we often overlook. These are the honeybees, buzzing tirelessly from flower to flower. They're not just making honey, they are doing a much more important job. They are pollinators. When a bee visits a flower to drink nectar, pollen sticks to its fuzzy body. It then carries this pollen to the next flower it visits. This simple act is what allows plants to make fruits, vegetables, and seeds. Without bees, many of the plants we rely on would struggle to reproduce, and our world would look very different indeed. Think about the food on your plate. A crisp apple, a juicy strawberry, a handful of almonds, or even the coffee you drink in the morning. Many of these delicious foods exist thanks to the hard work of bees. It is estimated that about 1/3 of the food we eat depends on pollinators like them. They are essential partners for farmers around the globe. They help increase crop yields and ensure that we have a variety of nutritious foods to eat. Their work is a quiet but vital part of our agricultural system, a free service that nature provides. This relationship between bees and flowers has been perfected over millions of years. It is a beautiful example of how nature works together in perfect harmony. The bees get food in the form of nectar and pollen, and in return the plants get to create the next generation. This partnership supports entire ecosystems. Wildflowers in meadows, trees in forests, and plants in our own gardens all depend on these busy insects. The health of our bee populations is a direct indicator of the health of our environment. When bees thrive, nature thrives. But the work of these little creatures goes beyond just our food supply. They are a fundamental part of the natural world's delicate balance. They help maintain the biodiversity of wild plants, which in turn provides food and shelter for countless other animals. From the smallest field mouse to the largest deer, many species rely on the plants that bees help to create. Losing our bees would not just mean less food for us, it would trigger a chain reaction, causing damage throughout the intricate web of life that sustains our planet. And despite their immense importance, honeybees are in serious trouble. For years, their populations have been declining at an alarming rate. Beekeepers have been finding their hives empty, a sad phenomenon known as colony collapse disorder. There are many reasons for this decline. Bees face threats from harmful pesticides used in farming, which can weaken their immune systems and disrupt their ability to navigate. They also suffer from diseases and parasites, like the dreaded varroa mite, which feeds on bees and spreads viruses. These challenges are making it harder and harder for bee colonies to survive. However, one of the biggest and most overlooked problems is a simple one: hunger. Not just a lack of food, but a lack of the right kind of food. Bees need a varied diet, just like we do. They need to collect pollen from many different types of flowers to get all the essential nutrients they need to stay healthy. Unfortunately, modern landscapes are often nutritional deserts for bees. Huge fields are planted with just one type of crop, a practice known as monoculture. This means that for weeks, bees have only one food source and then it is gone. Imagine eating nothing but potatoes for a month. You would survive, but you would not be very healthy. This is the reality for many honeybees today. The beautiful, diverse meadows filled with a rich tapestry of wildflowers have largely disappeared. They have been replaced by perfectly manicured lawns, concrete cities, and vast agricultural fields. This loss of flower diversity means bees are not getting the balanced diet they need. Their single-source pollen meals lack the vital components required to build strong bodies and fight off diseases. This poor nutrition weakens the entire bee colony. A malnourished bee is more likely to get sick. A weakened colony is less able to defend itself against pests and parasites. It also struggles to raise new generations of healthy young bees. Beekeepers have tried to help by giving their bees sugar water or other supplements. But these artificial foods are often just empty calories. They lack the complex nutrients found in natural pollen, and so they're only a temporary fix, not a real solution to the problem of bee malnutrition. In a remarkable breakthrough, scientists at the University of Oxford have developed a potential game changer for bee health. They have created a new kind of superfood designed specifically to give bees the nutrients they are missing. The researchers knew that just giving bees sugar was not enough. They needed to replicate the complex goodness of natural pollen, so they looked closely at what makes pollen so nutritious. They identified 6 key nutrients called sterols. These are fatty, wax-like substances that are absolutely essential for a bee's growth and development. Sterols are the building blocks for vital hormones that control a bee's life cycle. Without the right mix of sterols, bees cannot properly grow from a larva into a healthy adult bee. Different plants have different types and amounts of sterols in their pollen. That is why a diverse diet of many flowers is so important. The Oxford scientists identified the 6 most crucial sterols and figured out a way to produce them in a laboratory. They used a special genetically engineered yeast. This yeast was programmed to act like a tiny factory, churning out the perfect blend of these 6 essential sterols. The next step was to see if this new superfood actually worked. The scientists prepared a special food paste by mixing their sterol-rich yeast with sugar. They then fed this to several bee colonies in a controlled experiment. Other colonies were given different diets for comparison. Some received a basic sugar solution, while others were fed a leading commercial bee food substitute that is currently available on the market. The researchers then watched the colonies closely for several weeks, carefully counting the number of baby bees or brood that were being raised. The results of the experiment were truly astonishing. The colonies that were fed the new Oxford Superfood were far healthier and more productive. They raised significantly more brood than the colonies fed on simple sugar or the existing commercial substitute. In fact, the new supplement helped the bees raise 39% more young than the next best food. This showed that the engineered yeast was providing the bees with exactly what they needed to thrive and grow their population. It was not just food, it was a complete nutritional package. This new discovery is incredibly important because it offers a real solution to the problem of bee malnutrition. Previous bee food substitutes were a bit like giving a person a sugary drink when what they really need is a balanced meal. They provided energy but lacked the essential micronutrients for long-term health. The Oxford Superfood is different by providing the exact sterols that bees need. It functions much more like natural high-quality pollen. It helps bees build stronger bodies and raise a new generation of healthy offspring, making the entire colony more resilient. Healthier bees mean a healthier planet for everyone. When bee colonies are strong, they can perform their pollination duties more effectively. This is great news for farmers who could see better yields and higher quality produce. It means more apples, more berries, and a more secure food supply for all of us. But the benefits extend far beyond the farm. Stronger managed honeybee colonies can also reduce the pressure on struggling wild pollinator populations like bumblebees and solitary bees, giving them a better chance to recover. This scientific breakthrough gives us a powerful new tool to help protect our precious pollinators. Beekeepers could use this superfood during times when natural flowers are scarce, such as over winter or in areas with poor floral diversity. It could help colonies recover after being used to pollinate large monoculture crops. By ensuring our bees are well fed and healthy, we can help them withstand the other challenges they face, from pesticides to diseases. It is a proactive way to support the insects that do so much to support us. There is still work to be done to make this superfood widely available, but the future is buzzing with hope. This discovery is a wonderful example of how science and a deeper understanding of nature can help us solve some of the world's most pressing environmental problems. By taking care of the bees, we are taking care of ourselves and our planet. It shows that with ingenuity and a commitment to protecting the natural world, we can ensure that the gentle hum of the honeybee remains a familiar sound in our fields and gardens for generations to come.